never thought Monday Night Raw would be the place. But they do say, dreams really do come true.
They really do. And to think back, November 18th, 2012, The Shield debuted in Indianapolis, Indiana, and triple powerbombed Ryback through a table, allowing CM Punk to retain the WWE Championship. June 2nd, 2014, Indianapolis, Indiana. Seth Rollins betrays The Shield and joins the Authority. But on October 9th, 2017, The Shield reunites to take on The Miz, The Bar, and The Entourage. What an eventful episode of Monday Night Raw we had this week.
Yeah, and Enzo lost the Cruiserweight title to
Hell
Kalisto.
yeah, we're going to talk about all that. Let's talk about a few things that didn't really matter, though. Jason Jordan beating Carl Anderson. Go figure.
And then Kalisto beat Enzo for the Cruiserweight title.
Elias Sampson defeated Apollo Crews once again.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say Leo Rush.
I almost said Leo, and I was like, that's not right. Yeah.
Bad job, Apollo Crews.
The drift away. We actually had a cruiserweight match other than something that Enzo was involved with. We had Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick.
In weeks, the Cruiserweights have
I think it's the first
match.
time since just before No Mercy. Because we had build up to the Enzo and Neville match. And then it's just been all downhill since then. But Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick defeated Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander in tag team action after Brian Kendrick hit sliced bread on Mustafa Ali. Nice to see them actually doing stuff. Let's see. What else did we have? Mickey and Alexa building up some more tension heading into their title match at TLC.
Creative video package in a mean way.
Mickey was on fire.
Mickey was heated during her promo.
Yeah, Mickey had a lot to say.
It was awesome.
Had a little bit of a brawl, just enough to kind of get us excited.
Enough to whet the appetite, if you will.
I wasn't going to use that because it seemed inappropriate, but I'm glad you said it instead. Speaking of women, the women had an interesting thing that they really wanted to do, and we still can't understand why.
To a degree.
It's
not hard to understand why.
I get the publicity part of it.
Yeah, it is, being the first person to face Asuka in her main roster debut is going to be a big thing. One, you're going to get noticed.
True.
Asuka's a high-profile opponent. Two, now that Asuka's coming up onto the main roster, you're going to have all of the main roster women licking their chops to be the first person to say they beat Asuka.
That is true.
Nobody in NXT could do it. And I know that some of the NXT people who failed are on the main roster now. But still, to this degree, now that Asuka's run through NXT and is up on the main roster, now you have this whole new set of women who are going to be like, well, guess what? Asuka's never fought me before. I'm going to be the first one to beat Asuka. And this is what Asuka's storylines are going to be literally until she gets beat.
Yeah.
Whether it be, people like Sasha or Charlotte or Naomi, who will be like the first ever times that they fight Asuka, or...
Dude, Becky never fought Asuka either, I don't think.
Not that I can recall.
Because Becky was brought up the same time as Charlotte and Sasha.
Yeah, so no. She wouldn't have. Or you'd have people like Nia or Bayley or Mickie James who'd be like, I'm getting a second chance at dethroning the Empress.
Yeah.
So, not to say that the only goal in the women's division is winning the championship now. Now there's something just as...
That is a very
it's
valid
another
point.
It's another goal now in the women's division to be the first person to beat Asuka. In NXT, it was one and the same because Asuka was the champion.
Yeah.
Now, there's two ways to get yourself noticed in the women's division. Be the champion or be the first person to beat Asuka.
Yeah. The question is, who was going to be that person that got to face Asuka in her debut match at TLC? So we had a 5-way elimination match.
Good to see that it was elimination.
Yes, which we didn't know until, let's see, who was the first one eliminated? Dana Brooke.
Then they got a Bailey and Bailey hugplex.
Yeah, she got eliminated by Bailey, and we're like, oh, well, Bailey's going, and then it's like, no, Dana Brooke has been eliminated. And I'm like, okay, cool, this match is still going.
Even Michael Cole was like, well, I guess I had my rules wrong. This is an elimination match.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to like hear a commentator actually say that they screwed up.
Yeah. They don't usually.
They usually do their best efforts to cover their tracks.
Like, oh yeah, we totally knew that. I must have said something wrong earlier. This is in fact an elimination match.
Yeah, no, he just straight up said, "Oh, I guess I got my rules wrong."
It's an eventful night on Raw.
Jesus Christ.
Bailey was then eliminated by a scissor kick from Alicia Fox.
Say it right.
Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox. Then had some issues with both Sasha and Emma in the closing moments of the match, but was eliminated by the bank statement. And it wasn't too long after that Emma was able to roll up Sasha Banks. And Emma has won the option, well, the chance,
if you will,
to die in a match against Asuka at TLC.
Yeah. It's weird seeing people line up and fight for the chance to get knocked out.
I mean...
Or submitted.
Glory makes you do stupid things sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Other things that are going to happen at TLC, we're going to have the Demon versus Sister Abigail, essentially. Is that what we're leading to here?
It's Finn with face paint versus Bray with a mask.
So we essentially, according to what Finn said, this was the whole build up, but it was kind of the same thing we saw last week. But Finn kind of like sold it afterwards. We heard Sister Abigail.
So Sister Abigail cut a promo
through Bray Wyatt's body with
a mask,
a shroud, and a weird.
I think it's like a mask, and then potentially like a black veil.
Yeah, There's a veil over it.
Either that, or it's like a girl from the Ring Snapchat filter.
Something like that. So yeah, I mean, essentially, we had Bray Wyatt cut a small promo. Then we had the shift happen, and then we had the layered voices. You could still hear Bray a little bit,
but then there was like a high pitched. Like fuzzy voice.
Yeah, like an overtone on there.
It's pitch bent. It's auto-tune.
Essentially saying that, she was wronged in her past life. She has done all she could to stay by Bray Wyatt and lead him down the correct path. And that she is all powerful, all evil, and is stronger than anything that Finn could ever find in his Irish mythology books.
Yeah, and apparently is a demonologist.
Yeah, because she knows demons.
She says demons are her things.
Yeah.
Demons could be her thing, if you could say that.
So then afterwards we had Finn kind of, commenting on the situation. He said, last week I thought Bray Wyatt was just out of his mind. This week I actually felt an evil presence. I felt like Bray has unleashed something extremely evil. I also now know what I have to do. So, speculation running wild at this point, is Finn Balor going to go, off the wall demon? Is he going to go, what is this entrance and or match going to entail at TLC?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that he's not going to be a demon at all.
You think he's just going to be Finn Balor?
No.
Oh.
He's going to be painted.
He's going to do something different?
He's going to be something other than the demon.
Ooh.
He could be, per se, like an archangel. He could be something... I think he's gonna go more towards the light.
That's a cool idea.
Because if Sister Abigail is so confident in the fact that she's gonna know her way around the weaknesses of a demon,
Okay.
Finn might have to pull from something else.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
And this would be a great way to integrate the idea that Finn Balor, Fergal Devitt wasn't always the same body paint.
Yeah.
He could change up the body paint in different situations, which would be great.
He did a lot of different entrances painted.
I mean, obviously he won't be able to do some of the things he did due to copyrights and whatnot, but for the most part, he'd at least get to do a different idea depending on who he's facing or what kind of situation he's going into. So yeah, I like that idea. I hope that is the thing. All right, so which big situation should we talk about first?
Well, I believe we should talk about Miz TV.
All right.
Which opened the show.
Yes. It was not only Miz TV, but it was the Mizzies Part 2.
Yeah.
We
It's
saw...
weird. You usually have to wait like a whole year for an award show to come back around.
Nah, it only
Not
took a
the
couple
Mizzies.
months. No, the Mizzies last time we saw that Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas won a Mizzy. Maurice won a Mizzy, and The Miz won a Mizzy.
Go figure.
This time around, Curtis Axel won his second Mizzy.
Ooh, 2-time Mizzy winner.
For the second time, we had a tie in which both Sheamus and Cesaro won a Mizzy. And for the second time, The Miz won a Mizzy. This was all based on the situation that happened in the Intercontinental title match last week. What Miz dubbed the destruction of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns wasn't going to be there. He wasn't going to show his face. The rumors of the Shield reuniting wasn't going to be a thing. No such thing was going to happen until
Roman Reigns came out.
Roman Reigns came out. Miz continued to talk a little trash, saying that, you want to come out here and you want to talk big. You want to come down here and fight all of us. There's 4 of us here. There's only 1 of you, and it looks like the rumors of the Shield reuniting are just that. They're just rumors.
And Roman Reigns' first thought is like, man, you think what you say bugs me? I just got out of a storyline with John Cena. Ain't nobody a better trash talker than John fucking Cena.
Yeah. And
so shut your mouth, pansy boy.
And simply, Roman Reigns says, rumors? Who said anything about rumors? And at that point, Dean Ambrose's music hits. He makes his way up to the top of the ramp, standing right next to Roman Reigns. And not long after that, Seth Rollins joined. And we had, for the first time...
In 3 years.
In 3 years, the Shield reunited and beating up The Bar, Curtis Axel, and then eventually The Miz.
I'm just going to say right now, just for the sake of it, we're going to call The Bar honorary members of the Miztourage.
Yeah,
that way we don't have to keep listing everybody out.
Yeah.
When we're talking about these segments
This kind of was this situation kind of was their official joining, because Miz kept calling I'm still not gonna say that stupid word, the Entourage a family. That's what he kept saying is that the Entourage is a family, and apparently he's welcoming Cesaro and Sheamus into that family because they helped him against Roman Reigns last
They're
week.
gonna be like the god uncles of the Mrs. Unborn Child.
Those are some interesting choices. So yeah, after dropping all said members, we did...
Can you imagine, just hypothetical situation here?
Alright.
Mrs. Unborn Child is a girl.
Okay.
Time comes around where Mrs. Unborn Child is a girl, is now in dating age, and you knock on the door, and the door opens up, and whoever's supposed to be picking up Mrs. Unborn Daughter now, that we're hypothetically speculating it is, and you see, just in the house, Miz and Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas and Cesaro and Sheamus, just all standing there, being all tense and angry looking.
That's not a situation I want to be in.
I feel like if they were all in plain clothes too, it would look like a mob. it would look like you stumbled into a mafia meeting.
I'm gonna be completely honest. When you were describing it, they were all in their gear in my head.
Well, they're just all in tights.
Yeah, they're all in wrestling gear. Sheamus and Cesaro have their mercenary jackets on.
In kilts.
Miz has one of his his Jedi robes on.
His head robe?
His Jedi robe. Whatever you want to call it. So, after all of this situation, Kurt Angle visited Miz in the back, asking him, if there were any. Do you have any broken bones? Any bruises?
This is after he took the Shield triple power bomb.
Yes.
It's pretty.
And a dirty deeds. It was a bad situation for the Miz. So Kurt Angle asked him if he's all right. He goes, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not all right. I don't know if he said that he feels like he needs some retribution, or the Shield need to pay for what they did." And Kurt's like, "Well, it's a good thing you're saying that, because I've decided that the main event of TLC will in fact be a 6-man TLC match where The Miz and The Bar will take on The Shield, which just so happens to be the debut match of The Shield back in 2012. This kind of built a little later in the night, because we had poor Matt Hardy. Poor Matt Hardy.
He tried.
He tried so hard. I mean, he had the best luck out of most small guys, but he had the unfortunate task of facing Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
And despite his woken brilliance, or his woken wisdom.
Yeah, woken wisdom.
His woken wisdom, he was unable to defeat the Monster Among Men and fell to Braun Strowman, who then decided he was just going to take Matt Hardy with him.
Yeah, he's going to kidnap Matt Hardy.
He just threw him over his shoulder and he's just like, "Nope, I'm heading out." Until he was stopped off at the top of the ramp by the Shield.
In brand new matching Shield T-shirts.
Man, WWE shop is quick.
Yeah.
They know how to. They must have a 1-hour tease in the back.
With the man.
With Cyborg.
Yeah. Cyborg.
So
Cesaro.
The Shield, who have all in recent weeks had issues with Braun Strowman, decide to exact a little bit of revenge on their behalf, saving Matt Hardy as well. And in the end, Shield powerbombing Braun Strowman through the Raw announce desk.
Yeah.
Well, this built a little bit more, as later on, Kurt's in the back, having a conversation, and the Miz...
This built off of the promo, the backstage segment when Renee Young, or no, it was Charlie caught up with, caught up with the Shield afterwards, and they all had their piece to say, and Dean gets a little overzealous sometimes, and he says, "I don't care if it's 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys, 6 guys, we're gonna beat up everyone."
Yeah, we're gonna knock them all down. We're gonna walk over bodies.
Miz decides he's gonna hold Dean to his word.
Yeah.
And he wants to add an extra partner to his team at TLC.
Yeah, so not only will the Shield be facing The Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus, they will also be facing Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
And
damn.
And on top of that, it's a no DQ match, so there's a very good chance that both Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel are going to get involved as well.
Yeah. The best case scenario is the Shield needs to divide and conquer and do it fast.
Here's the thing: is how do you divide and conquer with Braun Strowman being part of the equation?
It's hard.
It's very hard.
I think, if anything, the Shield needs to come out first and immediately attack whoever the first person that comes out is. Be it The Miz, be it Cesaro, be it Sheamus, be it Braun. If the 3 of them can jump whoever the first person out the curtain is, they can at least try and make it 3-on-3 again.
I'm very interested to see how they do this.
On the other hand, it's okay. It seems like a stretch that we're adding somebody to this match already, and making it a weird, against the odds style match, even though the Shield is just now coming back today. And essentially, it's kind of like how we were feeling about one of the last pay-per-views, I don't remember what it was, like whatever was before SummerSlam. But essentially it was just like...
Backlash?
The whole idea is like, how can we shoehorn Braun Strowman into the pay-per-view because he doesn't have a storyline right now?
Yeah.
It was the same way we're trying to figure out, like, is how are we going to shoehorn Finn Balor on the shows?
The difference here is Braun Strowman makes way more sense than Finn Balor ever did, because legitimately we've had an issue with Braun Strowman against all three members of the Shield.
Yeah.
I mean, not like strong issues with Dean and Seth, but he's got a history with Roman, and then he just so happened to face Dean and Seth consecutive weeks a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they can tie it in pretty well, but the whole thing is like, this is how they're shoehorning Braun Strowman in because they don't have him in his own storyline.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if
hopefully he does,
if Bo and Curtis do get involved, we do have the potential. I mean, despite the fact that they've been doing stuff with the club the last couple weeks, Jason Jordan and or Matt Hardy could come out and kind of like even up the odds that way. So, there are people to help the Shield, but the Shield are usually the ones just kind of doing stuff on their own.
Yeah.
Regardless, as much as we despise Roman Reigns, it is pretty fucking cool to see the Shield back together. And that's
what I feel like we can expect out of the Survivor Series match for Raw. If they do a Raw Survivor Series match and a SmackDown Survivor
Team
Series
Shield
match.
versus Team Entourage.
Shield probably with Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan versus The Miz, The Bar, Curtis Axel, and Bo Dallas, sort of thing. Maybe.
Or Miz, The Bar, and the Club. Either or.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm interested. I'm cool.
Count me in.
Roman, you get a pass for a couple of months, unless you really fuck things up. Don't do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Glory hogging.
The floor is yours, sir. Because as much as I despise Enzo Amore, I feel like you feel so much more justified with this whole situation that happened.
So, some point midway through Raw,
About the halfway point.
a dirty gutter rat came out. Did his normal shtick of being about a certified G and a bona fide dumbass. And got in the ring and had a complaint about Kalisto coming in and attacking him.
Yeah.
Essentially saying, but wait, I have this Santa Claus signed by Kurt Angle.
No contact clause.
Whatever. I wasn't listening. And blah, blah, blah. And so Kurt, come out here because I need to whine and bitch and moan some more. I'm like a tiny SmackDown Baron Corbin boy. And Kurt comes out and he's like, yeah, no, I understand. I see the clause that you're holding. It does have my signature on it. But like I said last time, it only pertained to the people who were there at the moment. It didn't pertain to people who I signed afterwards, which Kalisto happens to be. And now that you're being such a whiny baby bitch, the title match is going to happen tonight instead of TLC, and I'm revoking the clause and putting all the rest of the cruiserweights out there, and it's going to be a lumberjack match.
Yeah. Enzo put his foot so far down, it was so far into his mouth that he found himself in the worst possible situation he could think of.
Yeah. And then so, like, we get the graphic, which lied, because Grand Metalik and Lindsay Dorado were both on the graphic, and neither of them were there for the lumberjack match. You filthy, dirty liars. I want my money back.
I want 3 luchas on TV at all times now.
Literally all times.
I don't care if it's SmackDown. I don't care if it's NXT.
They just have to have luchas in the crowd where we can see them at all times.
And I'm talking WWE TV. Lucha Underground doesn't count because they always have luchas.
Yeah.
It's Lucha Underground. I digress.
Kalisto gets a backstage promo saying, "Hey, I'm happy I get this match tonight. I was inspired by it's because it's like Latin American history.
Well, he said
Appreciation Month. Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero.
Happy birthday, Eddie. We miss you.
Getting the pops because yes, it is Eddie's birthday as of Monday, and gets the pop and says, "Hey, and now I'm gonna channel all of that and win the Cruiserweight Championship."
Yeah.
Then the main event hour, which that was Enzo's.
Yeah, it was the only way.
It was his demand.
It was the only way Enzo would defend the championship on Raw is if it was the main event.
And so fast forward to the end of the show, and we have the Cruiserweights out there surrounding the ring. We have Enzo and Kalisto get in the ring. Kalisto starts out way faster than Enzo can handle.
Enzo can't keep up with Kalisto.
Enzo eventually slows Kalisto down, which is the only way he can get any offense on him.
I don't remember what exactly he first used, but he kept he did a stupid field goal kick thing to the ribs and.
Yeah, he slowed Kalisto down, used a lot of chin locks.
Yeah. Very heelish.
Yeah. It just shows how slim Enzo's repertoire was.
It was... Kalisto ended up on the outside, and Kendrick and Gallagher beat him up a little bit before I think Mustafa came over and ended up chucking him back in the ring.
Yeah, Enzo's doesn't have a huge move repertoire.
No.
So it kind of showed.
His huge move repertoire was called Big Cass.
Yeah. And stuff happened.
A lot of stuff happened.
A lot of infighting at this point with the Cruiserweights because we had the guys who were in the tag team match against each other earlier. They started bickering every time somebody went out on their sides.
And we do have the few people that have kind of said, "Hey, Enzo, you're not that bad." So
Davari.
Kendrick, which I guess in a way kind of makes Jack Gallagher on his side.
Yeah, well, Kendrick and Gallagher and
Cedric and
Ali were on connected sides of the ring, so they kept back and forthing at each other when they were trying to get involved. Of course, you had TJP and Rich Swann out there. They've been getting at each other. Tozawa and Gulak, who've kind of been getting at each other. All out there, so eventually at one point...
Is that why you didn't have the Luchas? Because they don't have a storyline?
Probably. I don't know.
Sons of bitches.
That doesn't make sense because Nice was out there. And he doesn't have a storyline either.
Well, he's got 8 reasons why he's better than everybody.
That's true. He doesn't need a storyline.
Exactly. He's got 8 reasons. He's got 8 storylines.
Yeah. So eventually, they start brawling.
Yeah, it's just a big old cruiserweight brawl.
It starts with Davari yelling at Mustafa. Mustafa shoves him, and then Kendrick jumps over and grabs onto Cedric, and Cedric spins around, and Gallagher tries to jump on him, but he ends up landing on Kendrick. And then at that point, the rest of the cruiserweights were dog pile.
Yeah, they all just converge on one side of the ring, and it is a pile of haymakers and just angry people.
Yeah. Then Kalisto superplexes Enzo to the outside, knocking down everybody. It was like watching a bowling ball knock down a bunch of cruiserweights.
That's
Stevie Rick.
Kind of like what it was. Poor Brian Kendrick got pretty much all of Enzo just on the back of his head. It was a bad situation for him.
It was either Kendrick sucks because he got all of Enzo's weight, or Enzo just unintentionally took a really bad backbreaker over Kendrick's shoulder.
One or the other.
Either way,
it was a bad situation.
They got back in the ring. Kalisto went for the SDS. Enzo countered, hit his Eat Defeat Soul Food. I'm not going to say the stupid name that he calls his move.
Corey could barely say it, so we're not.
I don't think Corey. I think the first time Corey said it, he wasn't even certain he was calling it the right thing.
Yeah, I think he got it right when he called the replay.
And Enzo was going to pin Kalisto. Then the hero of the hour, Mustafa Ali, pulls Enzo out of the ring, and Enzo starts getting in his face. What are you doing, you stupid son of a bitch?
Mustafa's like, you're not our champion. You don't represent us. And then
Enzo clotheslined the shit out of him.
I will give Enzo that. That was a hell of a clothesline.
Yeah, Kalisto, for some reason, was like very slowly climbing the ropes and like almost borderline already sitting on the top turnbuckle.
I think he was going to try and dive onto Enzo while he was distracted.
But Enzo crotched him, even though his crotch was only about 3 inches over the top rope to begin with.
Hey, man, it doesn't take much to hurt the downstairs.
Yeah. It gets up there, goes to like maybe he's going to do like a back suplex up the top. Kalisto elbow, hits the Selena del Sol off the ropes and pins Enzo Amore. And if you didn't catch it earlier, Kalisto defeated Enzo Amore to become the new Cruiserweight Champion.
So now, everyone on the roster is eligible for championship matches.
And you better believe that Neville is going to step to the front of the line as soon as he finds out.
And I will gladly watch Neville versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight title.
Yeah.
Because that'll be fucking awesome. That's the best part about Kalisto being there, is Kalisto versus pretty much everyone on that roster is going to be fucking killer.
Yeah, and you know, Neville is the only person currently on the 205 Live roster that Kalisto has had a WWE match with.
Yeah.
If ever. You know, I can't recall if it's ever actually happened.
Oh yeah, no, it's happened at least once.
That's like, out of everyone on the 205 Live roster, now excluding Enzo and Neville, Kalisto being on the roster is fresh, never been done before on WWE Live matches with everyone else in the Cruiserweight division. Gulak, Nice, Cedric, Swan, TJP, Kendrick,
Gran Metalik,
Lindsay Dorado.
Lindsay fucking Dorado.
Get those guys on the TV.
For the love of God. Cedric Alexander versus Kalisto would be really great, though.
Yeah. So I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
I don't often leave Raw feeling with a sense of satisfaction.
This was a good episode of Raw.
But I left Raw satisfied tonight.
Y'all did some good shit tonight.
SmackDown, keep it up.
Well, with SmackDown, we get the question answered. Why did Sami Zayn help Kevin Owens at Hell in a Cell?
Because he wants the storyline.
Good reason. We'll find out tomorrow on Tuesday Night Live. But for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click the links down below.
There's so many social media links.
Like the podcast.
That's the SoundCloud link.
Or you can check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
Reasonable with a W. Like, woo! Enzo's not the Cruiserweight Champion anymore.
Damn right. Check out our recent unboxing video. We're just a couple weeks away from our next unboxing video. Do you know which one is our unofficial box? Go check out the other one. You'll find out. Also, stay on this YouTube channel because you can go back and you can check out our review. It's a little long of WWE Hell in a Cell.
But Hell in a Cell was worth talking about.
It was a good show. This could be a very good week of wrestling. As long as it's consistent.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up, SmackDown.
Yeah.
Or 205 Live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So be sure to check out all that stuff. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yay, Kalisto.